Okay viewers, so we're in Las Vegas Airport. A bit of a strange setup, the airport here. It's almost like they've got wee in-shots. Burger King, I don't think I'm going to have any time to vent eat, which is a disaster because I got a 10-hour flight coming. I'll have to order airline food, which will not be the best. Not that it's fine cuisine in here, mind you, but we'll see. Even Burger King would have been okay. It's 20 to 4. My flight is at 4:45. Which means we're going to be boarding pretty soon. I might have time, we'll see. There's definitely some people going to miss my flight, I think, or the flight is going to be delayed. It'll be one or the other. I'll tell you why in a wee minute, with the crazy system that North Atlantic have got, which I don't understand. I'll tell you about that in a wee second anyway, and we'll have a wee look through the airport, see what they've got. They've got a wee place called The Local here, doing cocktails and stuff. More slot machines up there, not much else up there. So that's gates E11 to E15. Now there is another section for gates here, I think, is it gate D, where you have to get a bus or a transfer. It just said transportation, so I was hoping I wasn't going to be there, and thank goodness I'm not. We're at gate E2, which is away back up here. How cool is it to have an airport with slot machines? Vegas. Thanks so much. If you've watched all the videos from Las Vegas, then thank you so much. At the time of filming, the videos are doing pretty average. I don't think I'll be able to come back to Vegas again and do videos, but you never know. Never say never, as they say. Maybe they'll be slow burners. If you have watched any of them, I'd just like to thank you so much. Let's see if we can get any planes taken off. There's a Frontier plane just over there. Interesting. We're flying with North Atlantic. Now, there's a bit of a story behind this flight, viewers. I won't give you all the details, but I'll just say I was supposed to be flying back in a couple of days, and I've had to go back home a couple of days early, and this flight was booked yesterday, and it was £138, which is pretty good, isn't it? And that includes economy light. So I've actually got this rucksack, see if I can show you a bit. I can't actually. Hold on, I'm going to tell you something, but keep this a secret, right? Keep it a secret. Wait till I show you this. There's my rucksack there, right? Do you see the wee tag, the North Atlantic tag? It's on the rucksack, right? Just take my word for it. It's on the rucksack, right? Try to hold the camera in the other hand. It's economy light, so it includes a carry-on bag, but they're quite strict with the baggage. They check all your bags at North, so don't come here thinking you'll be able to sneak by them. They check everything, right? Last time I only had a personal bag, so I had to take some stuff out of my bag to make it on the flight. But this time I think I had a carry-on, so the box that they check the bags in, I had the bigger one, so I think this bag would have been fine for that, to be fair. But when I was in the queue, there is a queue to check in. This is the main problem that's crazy here. We chop house here. North do not have online check-in, and there was loads of people still waiting in the queue. I arrived here about 2:25, and it took 55 minutes waiting in the queue to check in at North. About half the queue, I would estimate, had small carry-on luggage like me, had no need, no reason to be in the queue, and they could have bypassed it. And as a result of that, I definitely think there's going to be people potentially missing this flight. Now, North are supposed to shut their check-in desk an hour before the flight, which will be round about now, and I definitely don't think some people who are still there, that's security, I can't film that, sorry, I definitely think that there's some people who will struggle to make this flight. So what's the reason they're not doing online check-in? There's a couple of possible reasons. We're going to go up to my gate here and I'll show you what else I've got here, okay? A couple of possible reasons. Maybe they just don't have the technology to build a proper website that you can check in. That is potentially true, because their website just now is not that great. You update your passport details on it. It's not the best either. But as a duty free, should we check the prices there? But the main reason I think they do it is to increase revenue by charging people for bags. So they're charging lots of people for bags not making this right. Now let's say you have got 300 people on the flight or whatever. How many people do they charge? I'm not 100% sure how many they charge. I did see a lot of people getting charged on the way out, but for sure they're making some revenue from that. That's definitely a possibility. Let's check out the prices here. Got my glasses on. Let's see if I can actually get somewhere with prices. No, this can't be right, is it? I thought that was $30, $15 for after eights. Outrageous prices do continue in Las Vegas. Ferrero Rochers, $25. Unbelievable. Duty free was always supposed to be cheaper than shops, wasn't it? To be fair, it's probably as this price in the Las Vegas shops, but we won't go around the whole of this duty free, but let's see how much the alcohol is. I'll tell you in a minute about the problem with checking in at Norse and why they're doing it and why they shouldn't do it. What have we got here? 27 for Bailey's. Is that okay? Is that not bad? I'm not quite sure about that. Absolute vodka. Oh wait a minute, hold on. Grey Goose, $47. Let me know if that's a good deal, viewers. I don't drink Grey Goose. Gavin, you watching? Let me know if that a good deal. So, not very busy the duty free here, is it? They're missing a trick here as well. When you come out of security, you should have to go through this, but you don't. You just come out of the security and there's not even trays to get all your stuff together. It's really basic. Definitely they're missing a trick here. Sales and marketing would be on this like a shot in my company and be saying you've missed this. People can avoid going through this. I've showed you anyway. Right, let's continue and let me tell you about the ridiculous check-in policy. So let's assume they charge, I'll be conservative and say they charge 10 people and they charge them £50 each. So let's say they've made £500 extra revenue from that, okay? So they made £500 extra revenue, and let's say they've got 300 people on the flight. Let's even say they've got 200 people on the flight. 200 people on the flight, right? Why don't you just charge an extra £5 a ticket? Nobody's going to notice that, and streamline the process and do online check-in. And then obviously at the end, just like Ryanair and EasyJet and all the rest of them do, then basically just charge people if they've got oversized bags. Now it might be a bit chaotic as it is with Ryanair and EasyJet. When you're actually boarding the plane, you've got somebody checking all the bags. That's the problem, because a lot of people with Norse are picking the cheapest option, and they know that they're going to have to try and fit the bag in and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I waited in the courier, and so did other people. There was people, elderly people in their 70s and their 80s. If you're in your 70s and your 80s, you watch this. I don't mean any offence in elderly, but I imagine it's going to put people off flying, and it's also going to put people off flying with Norse. You're going to lose repeat business, Norse, with a stupid policy of not having an online check-in. If you had an online check-in, let me show you some of the food places here. I'm in gate E2. Hopefully we'll be able to time and get some here. It's E4 there. Yeah, so if you basically just charge people a small amount extra on the ticket, abandon having to check in at the desk, then half the people who were in that queue did not need to be in the queue. Coffee lovers, don't worry, Starbucks is there. There was no reason for them to be in the queue at all. There's a place you can charge your phone up as well. Also a place selling USB chargers and stuff like that. This camera's just about to get a charge. I'm not joking. We'll see, I might need to edit this. Okay viewers, let me finish the story. Just when I said the camera was going to get a charge, it did. So I've had to continue this at London Gatwick. I'll tell you how I nearly missed the flight as well. Okay, so we're now ended up at London Gatwick. I will complete the story and I'll tell you how I missed the flight nearly. It wasn't Norse's fault, to be fair, although everything could have been avoided at the start if I'd have been there quicker. Now, I've got to tell you the end of the story with this wee tag. When I got to the pre-check-in, they were checking all the bags, and then if your bag was approved, they would give you this tag. Now, when I got right to the front, I forgot I still had this on my bag from the previous flight on the way there, and I just kept it on. So I decided basically to avoid any hassle, check my bag and all that, I would just keep it on and then see what they said. So I walked up to the bag check, and the lady just kind of looked at the bag and she never said anything. She must have thought I'd already had it checked or something. So I went by the pre-check-in and I thought, right, that's fine. But finally we're getting to the front of the queue, 50 minutes waiting to check in. And then the guy behind me, he seen me walk past the bag check and not get my bag checked, and he basically said to me, "Is that?" Guy's rushing there. He was like that. He's like, "Mate, if you don't check your bag there, if you go up there and you don't have the tag, they'll charge you." He never noticed I still had the tag on, so I was like, "Keep it quiet, mate." I was like, "We're avoiding the bag check." You know what I mean? I've got the tag already on. I think I'll give you a newspaper free of charge here. We've got Financial Times, New York Times, usual stuff. Anyway, so where we left off at Las Vegas Airport. Sorry, this video's all over the place. I'm absolutely shattered. I'm so tired. The video at Las Vegas Airport is just all over the place. I know that. Sorry about that. Anyway, so where I left off at Las Vegas Airport, just going past the charging shop when I joked that the camera was going to get a charge, and it did. Basically, on the left hand side is a PGA Tour grill, a wee tiny restaurant, right? And just to the right of it was my boarding gate, E2. So I thought, right, that restaurant's right next to my boarding gate. I'll just pop in. I might have enough time for some tea before we go on, right? I knew I was cutting it fine, to be fair, right? So this is Gatwick North Terminal. I just got the shuttle from the south, so I just got off here. I don't remember seeing this when I was here last time. There's a lot more here than I remembered last time. I might do a separate video showing you what's in this if you're interested and you're flying from Gatwick soon. There's quite a lot of bars and restaurants up there. We'll see. It depends how long it is. Yeah. So basically, I went into the PGA Tour grill, right? And I said to him, "Oh, flight's just boarding." I says, "Do you think I've got enough time for a hamburger?" And the guy's like, normally take 7 minutes for a hamburger." He says, so to be fair, the guy that served me was really quick. It came within 5 minutes, and I literally ate it in about 2 minutes. Well, I didn't even eat all of it because I didn't have time. I ate it in 2 minutes, right? And then basically, I was like, "I need to go." They're calling last call. I could hear in the background they're making announcements. I thought it was for the last call, which it was, right? So the boarding gate was right next to me, and I was like, "Can I get the bill?" And I asked another girl for the bill, and she's like, "You need to scan a QR code for the bill, right?" Complete nonsense. You need to scan a QR code to get your bill, right? Instead of just asking somebody. So basically, I says, can you just give me the bill?" I says, "I need to go. I says, "My flight's boarding, it's last call." And she says, "Yeah, no problem, we'll get you." But she wasn't my server, so basically she had no interest in serving me, and she didn't tell the guy who originally served me to get the bill. So a couple of minutes later, I was still waiting. At this point, I was starting to panic, and I was like, "The bill's not coming." I says, "I'm just going to guess how much this is, and I'm going to leave it." So I left on $35. I think the bill would have came at about $28, $29, like a burger and a Coke. And I says, "I'm just going to need to leave this." So I got up there, told the girl, I says, "I need to go." I says, "The bill's not came, I need to go." Then she shouts over at the guy who served me, who was at the front of the house, letting people in. And he basically says to him, "Oh, he's leaving." And then the guy's like, "You're not boarding the plane, you can't leave without paying." I said, and then I was like that to him, "I've left money." He's like, "Oh, sorry, you should have told me you left money." So what an absolute nonsense it was. So at PGA Tour Grill, they've got somebody at the front of the house, the girl at the front of the house also just checking people in and basically saying, "Yeah, you can sit at the table." What I found in America, in Vegas in particular, is jobs are created that don't exist. It's a tiny restaurant, right? And I've got somebody at the front whose only job it is to tell you where you can sit. They don't serve anybody, right? And then the servers, obviously, unless it's somebody who specifically served you at the start, they don't really care. If you ask them for anything, they just say, "Speak to your server." So it was absolutely ridiculous, to be fair. The burger was quite nice. So I literally rushed and was almost the last person on the flight as usual. So that could have been avoided. So basically the bottom line is, Norse need to scrap the policy of not having an online check-in. In this day and age, it's crazy.